Dusty, would you like to lead us?
Yes, sir.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. It is August 31st, 2020, Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. And on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2, and on my left is Commissioner Aaron Mays, represents District 3, and I'm Bill Rippon, I represent District 1. Cindy, what's first?
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
I would move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item 4, new business, A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Commissioners, this morning we have vouchers that total $7,171,718.76. The largest is under debt service and sewer district, the Kansas State Treasurer, the electronic fund transfer. That totals up to $5,761,276.25, which is the GEO bond payments, which also includes $683,530 for the Sherwood Improvement District. Under Equipment Fund, we have a $97,737.60, of which the majority of that is Tyler Technology, which is the document management for the sheriff. Under health insurance premiums, we have $177,853.56. And then finally, our JADO payment annual, which was $754,263.07. I don't have any questions regarding the vouchers and would move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move that we approve the correction orders.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item.
Item B, Parks and Recreation, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C303-2020 programmatic, right? Grant addendum to the FitLot Partnership Agreement, contract C87-2020, to include no-cost fitness classes to the public, $3,510, and social media support, $500, for the AARP-sponsored outdoor fitness park in Willow Park, to be paid for with grant funding.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Shawnee County Parks and Recreation Department. As you remember, we earlier this year installed the Fit Lot at Willow Park. That was an excellent partnership with AARP of Kansas, and we've received a lot of positive comments about the Fit Lot, and it's turned out really well. This is sort of the second phase of that. This is an agreement with Fit Lot itself, the company that produced the equipment, to provide fitness programs using the Fit Lot equipment at Willow Park. They've given us, if we accept the grant, they're willing to give us $3,510 to hire an instructor and hold those programs, and then an additional $500 to promote and advertise those programs. So the programs would be free to the public, and there'll be no cost to our department to put them on. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Move to approve.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Next.
Item C, County Councilor, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C304-2020 through contract C307-2020, change orders number 5 through number 8 to contract C150-2019 with McGowan Gordon Construction LLC for items relating to the Stormont Vale Event Center renovation project totaling $244,154, utilizing contingency funds set aside for the project.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Krause, Shawnee County Councilor. As the clerk described, we have 4 change orders on this morning related to our contract with McCown Gordon for the renovations at the Stormontvale Event Center. Those 4 change orders total will increase the contract costs in the amount of $244,154. I will go through each one of them specifically and try to answer any questions that you might have. Change order number 5 is not a one that will increase the price. It is a weather day change order that will add 3 days to the substantial completion date in the contract, changing that official substantial completion date to May 7th, 2021. As you know, that's the official date in the contract whereby McCown Gordon, that's the time they have to reach substantial completion. With the pandemic and the work that extra work we've been able to do, we're expecting that substantial completion date to hit in early spring, possibly even as early as February, but we'll find out when we get there. But we're in really good shape with regard to the schedule on the project. Change order number 6 has several items related to it in one change order, several smaller ones that total up to $114,718. We added operators to overhead doors in Domer Arena. When those doors were specified, they just had a manual pull chain on it. I believe those existing doors had operators, and so we're putting it back in as it is existing with electric operators on it, so you don't have to manually pull change. With the expansion, the next is $10,559 related to adding an additional gas line into the arena. Due to the expansion of the kitchen, we needed additional gas service. It was more cost effective to add a new line into the facility than to expand the existing line. It also gives us a little bit of redundancy to have 2 lines going into the facility instead of 1. So that's an additional $10,559. If you'll recall, the last time we spoke about change orders, we had a lot of water in the area in between Exhibition Hall and Manor from last season. There were a lot of water in the subsurface in the soil there, and we at Terracon, our consultant, created an under drain system to make sure that the foundation would not be affected by any water. If any natural water percolated up underneath that, it would be carried away by this under drain system. So adding insulation to those lines to make sure they do not freeze in the wintertime was $2,276. We added decking between that expo hall expansion and the hotel Manor link, $38,603. We had some additional rock excavation to do those under drains underneath the new expansion exhibition hall, $36,508. The next one, we had unsuitable subgrade at Landon Addition Phase 2. That's the new area you see them working on in front of the building. That was only $3,427. We put in approximately $50,000 to $75,000 as a placeholder, expecting unsuitable subgrade. So we got lucky on that, where we only had to spend $3,427 to remove that. And then we added some additional light fixtures at Domer Arena for $1,146. And those are all of the items that are in change order number 6 that add up to $114,718. We'll move to change order 7. One of the things we do when we evaluate change orders is depending on the contractors that are on site and the work that we're doing, can we save money by adding a change order at that time, so we don't have to pay twice to mobilize a contractor's personnel and equipment to the site. And this was one of them. We added 17 RV pedestals to the south parking lot. This project also allows Kellen to generate revenue through these RV pedestals. They rent them during events. The total cost of those pedestals were $107,150. Yes, sir.
Are these additional pedestals to what we have?
Yes. Come on up and explain, because that is a very good question.
Yes, Kellen Seitz, Spectre Venue Management, Storm Untitled Event Center. Through the renovation project, we did lose a number of RV hookup pedestals on the west side of Domer Arena as it borders up to Western Avenue. Through part of this project, we were able to regain not only the spaces that we lost by adding these additional pedestals in the south parking lot, but also expand upon the number of RV stalls that we had previously. We do about just shy of about $40,000 in net revenues from RV rentals on the annual. So adding these is critically important to generating additional revenues from that piece of infrastructure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kellen. So that total, and that was an alternate bid on the project from the beginning that we pulled out to meet budget. So this is one we were able to go ahead and squeeze into the project that will hopefully add needed revenue. $107,150. And then finally, change order number 8 is an additional $22,286 for asphalt in the parking lot. We had, I believe, $75,000 in allowances in the contract for work on the parking lot. And if you've been out there, you've seen the new parking lot. It's almost complete other than the area where they've staged their equipment. We got really lucky on this parking lot. The parking lot was original to the building, so it had never been reworked since the building was constructed in the 1980s. We were able to do mill and overlay, so we were able to mill a zone in the parking lot, and then our contractors tested the subsurface to find exactly where the subsurface needed to be removed and where it didn't need to be removed. Going into this, we were nervous that we might have to remove the entire subsurface underneath the entire parking lot. That was not the case, and it led to substantial savings for what we had expected to spend on the parking lot. So this is good news that it's only $22,286 above the allowance for the parking lot repairs. And those are the 4 change orders in specifics, and I'll be happy to answer any additional questions you might have. I'm asking for your approval of these 4 change orders.
What does this bring our contingency fund?
We have available for contingency spending just through owner contingency of a little bit over $1 million.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Chairman, thank you. Jim, as we're walking through the project, we still have our date of May of 2021 for completion or substantial completion. With COVID, I mean, I know that we were able to get through some projects that we would have not been able to as quickly. And then with $1 million in contingency, are we looking at going back and trying to add in some of those extras that we had put on the table, maybe to look at down the road and seeing where those are at? And can you address those extras?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And my plan would be, before we formally add those in, we'll discuss at an upcoming meeting. I've talked to McCown Gordon to have them come in and discuss progress, do a progress update on the project. It's been a while since they've done that. At that time, we'll put together some of the alternates that are available to us. Certainly one that we would recommend. You've seen a couple of repairs invoices come through with regard to the chillers. That's a project that we could add that is a significant deferred maintenance project that would not only fix those chillers that are basically original to the original building, but also create a bunch of efficiencies, a huge amount of efficiencies in operations for the building. So we've got chillers. Yes, sir.
I know that originally we had talked about adding meeting rooms and meeting space into the exhibition hall, and then we kind of pulled back on that due to not knowing the exact cost of that.
Those meeting rooms are going to be outside of the scope of what we're going to be able to do. We had to make some decisions early on whether to go forward with that plan or not, because we would have had to have done additional work on the walls. Those meeting rooms were going to be on the second level in Exhibition Hall, and so we would have had to have spent a significant amount of money preparing those floors for having meeting rooms, which we did not. So that's really not in the picture at this point in time. What we do have available are curtains for the facility that will be of great use during concerts and other events, and are also mobile enough that can be moved into Exhibition Hall by Spectra staff as well. There's just a list of different items where we will put that list before you and then allow the BCC. Kellen will have recommendations for what he would like to see done in an explanation, but ultimately we'll ask for your approval on those additional items.
Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to plan McCown Gordon to come in sometime in mid-September. We will be finished with tying in Landon Phase 2, that front, to existing Landon Hall, Landon Arena, sorry, and we'll have that tied in, and so we'll know exactly where we're at cost-wise, and we'll be much more comfortable that we'll be able to afford going forward with those projects.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nope.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
Okay, at this time, we'll allow anyone from the public or from our different departments make their announcements.
Betty Greiner, Director of Administrative Services, here for the Shawnee County Spark Committee. I just want to remind the public that we are now accepting applications from the community for community-based programs that can include nonprofits, private schools, businesses. So that application is out on our website under COVID-19 financial information. There's a link that will take you there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. I'd just like to take this opportunity to announce that we have some new extended hours at the Household Hazardous Waste Facility. Normally, our hours were from 7 to 3 o'clock Monday through Friday, but we was able to shuffle around some people, and now we have our hours are Monday through Thursday, 7 o'clock till 5 o'clock in the evening, and then Friday will be normal hours, 7 until 3. This gives residents an extra 2 hours to get up there in the evening time, either drop off their household hazardous waste and or to visit the recycling containers that are up there in that parking lot. Also, this Saturday is our monthly household hazardous waste collection event up there at the household hazardous waste facility. They'll be open from 9 until 12. Residents are encouraged to get there early to avoid the rush like we had this past month. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill. Anyone else?
Real quick, I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and fill out your census. It's very important for the amount of money that we get from the federal government to know that we have, an accurate count. So,
Thank you very much.
The September 9th is the next JADO meeting. The JADO agenda has been put out. Ask everybody to take a look at it, make sure that you've reviewed it. If you have any questions, please do contact the Greater Topeka Partnership staff, Go Topeka staff. We will be going over our budget and starting budget discussions for JADO.
Okay, Commissioner May stole my thunder.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right, that's all
You-
right. I have nothing else to add to that, so we have no need for an executive session, so we are adjourned. 2:19, not bad. Almost.
Do you take the whole thing or just you don't take the cord? Do you? Oh, you do?
Jim, has there been
Well,
any
it's-
talk?